What's good, everybody? Shaq with Sergio's Collection. We're back for another day. Today is July 25th. It is Saturday. We're officially 1 week from opening our doors. And you can see we still got a lot of work to do in the store. So it's been a fun day so far. A lot got done today, but some mishaps and some mistakes and some other stuff. So we'll talk through everything today and a little bit about what I plan on doing tomorrow. But we'll jump in. So first, yesterday we had the entire kind of table issue with tables not showing up, and after recorded this video, spent a lot of time on the phone with FedEx trying to resolve it and figure it out. So they did locate more of the tables. They located a total of 11 out of 13. So we're missing two still. And so we were trying to get those delivered. So they actually, the manager delivered that today to me. So I got 11 of those tables. We have 3 other tables here, so we have a total of 14. So we're 2 over what we need. We're going to use one for kind of my office, but and we still have 2 missing. So I need to figure out where those 2 are, or I just get a refund on those 2. But tables is solved. Great for that. We're still missing 12 chairs, so those should come in on Monday. So that's great. So today, some of the things we did, we bought all our snacks and beverages a while back, and we stocked the fridge today. We have gondolas back there, so we're gonna have some of the snacks on there as well as on some of the slat wall. So that's coming soon. We uncovered all the chairs. We cleaned up all the trash. I mean, all the boxes and stuff we had. And then we set up one table, the table I'm using now. We set that table up. And then we built 2 checkout counters today, 2 gondolas, cleaned off a bunch of slat wall. And then I did a lot of stuff on my laptop. So I had a lot of interviews to schedule with candidates for next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. Worked through a lot of tasks. I got my sales permit now, so I submitted that to the distros that needed that to get official. Just kind of working through my inbox, had a lot of to-dos, a lot of tasks that I haven't been able to get to because I'm in the store building everything out. So tackled a lot of that today, and feel like I'm in a good place. Still, marketing is kind of not in a great place yet. We have a bunch of different creatives that we've built. We just haven't posted anything. So hopefully tomorrow I'll get our event kind of flyer out. I'll get all the stuff out. I'll get our initial social posts out and just kind of get the word out there. And we were starting to see some traffic. So I've had people reach out to me on like Instagram, ask, because I guess they see our Google business profile and they're like, hey, are you open yet? And our profile shows we're not open to August 1st, but it's good to see that there's some organic traffic. So that way, like, when we open our doors, we're not going to be empty. And thankfully, I've had a lot of different people I've been talking to that are excited they're going to show up, and hopefully more than that. But we'll see what happens. Initially wanted to do like this big grand opening, and I'm like, let's just open. Let's just get this place open. The other thing that I did today, I spent a lot of time working on getting more inventory. So I have my first order from one distro. I have my own kind of personal inventory that I'm working on. Just another layer of inventory. So I want to make sure when we open the store, we have an ample amount of inventory. And then remember, I'm also an online store. So while I have physical store sales, I still have to kind of feed the beast online. And so just making sure that we replenish inventory, we have enough inventory. And so we'll launch with pretty heavy, like Pokemon, semi-heavy Magic. The issue with Magic is because we're just joining, we can only really get whatever's in the distro. And we know the Hobbit set comes out in August. We're probably not going to be able to get pre-release for that. We're probably not going to be on organized play yet. So that one's going to be a little hard to get, but we will have like Marvel superheroes. We'll have a lot of the recent sets and things like that. I wanted to launch with, commander decks from like the last 8 or 9 mainline sets, but that won't happen. So we'll have a few of those. So Magic will probably be somewhat second. Pokemon by far we're gonna have the most inventory. We'll have booster packs of almost every single Sword and Shield set. We'll have booster packs of some or almost every single Scarlet and Violet set as well. So we'll have booster packs of both of those. We'll have a lot of Pitch Black. We'll have Chaos Rising. We'll have pretty much all the recent sets. And so because that's kind of where I've spend the most time, and that's where I have a lot of allocation from different distros, and that continues to grow. So Pokemon, we're not going to be only a Pokemon store, but that'll be our #1 product. Magic second. Bandai's a little harder. One Piece, really hard to get my hands on. Thankfully, we do have a release coming out in August that we'll be able to get some from our distro that we had before. So we already pre-ordered that typically Bandai makes you pre-order 6 months in advance, so we really can't pre-order anything from 2026 with a lot of our um, distros unless it's like in December that we get new. So thankfully, I had one that was a Bandai store or Bandai distro before, so I have a lot of orders that I ordered 6 months ago that are coming due now. So I'll be able to get some of One Piece. Same thing with like Gundam. Same thing with Dragon Ball Super Fusion War, which blew up. Same thing with Masters. Um, Union Arena, and just all the different Naruto that's coming out, all those different sets I'll be able to get. And I've have been able to pre-order stuff, so those things will come due. And now that I'm a physical store, I'll actually, hopefully my allocation will be better, and they won't kind of hinder me because I'm an online store. So Bandai, I think the most Bandai will have is probably Digimon. So we'll have a decent amount of Digimon, but I think the third biggest would be Yu-Gi-Oh. We'll have a decent amount of Yu-Gi-Oh. I've already had people come up to me and say, "Hey, like, there's not really many places to play Yu-Gi-Oh." Well, hey, we'll be that place. And then we'll have some Star Wars as well, and then we'll have one that we kind of got into early, but we'll have Cookie Run. So we're gonna be an organized play store for Cookie Run, so we'll apply to that as soon as we're open. And yeah, we'll have a few other ones. We'll do a lot of the pretty much. We'll test every single trading card set, and if they're community members that want to buy those, and we'll make sure that we have them. We have a little bit of like D&D and some other stuff, but we're mainly going to be trading cards, unless someone asks for it. If they're like, "Hey, I want this board game," or "I want this RPG," hey, put your name on this list, give me your email, we'll go get it, and we'll let you know when it's ready. So just because of the size of our store, we really want to focus on play, and then we want to maximize our kind of square footage. And the best way to do that is having trading cards, right? Because they're simple and don't take up as much space. So spent a lot of time thinking through that. Was working on just like a pretty large purchase from a friend of mine in the hobby, and just trying to get some more inventory. But trying to balance not having too much inventory. So spent a lot of time on the phone and talking through that. But I feel like in this day and age, I feel like 100 packs of a Pokemon set is nothing. I mean, that could be 15 and 20 customers coming in, and if we need that to last the entire month, I mean, that's going to be pretty hard. So what I don't want to happen is we open and we launch. Saturday goes really well, and then the next week goes really well, but at the end of the week we're out of product, and then we go to our distributors and they're like, we don't have any products. Um, so that was pretty much today. A lot of both physical work and then also just tactical computer work. Tomorrow we have more of the same. Tomorrow we have the other 14 tables. Or 13 tables. We're gonna build all of them, and then start measuring and putting them out. Right now, my goal is to fit 48 chairs in here and have 12 tables. But I really want to see if I can fit 15 in here and have 60, and just have a play space of 60. And our length is like, I think the length of the store is like 48 feet. So if we can have maybe 28 feet of that being play space, I think that's going to be a win. Like I said, retail, we can really compress that, and most of the sealed products can be behind the counter anyway, so we don't need as much space. And so yeah, so I'm thinking about that. We'll measure it out. We want to make sure we follow all ADA compliance, make sure we have the aisles, and so putting the chairs in and measuring from the edge of the chair to 3 feet out, and probably a little further just to give a little more space. And then the wall to wall will be fine because the walls are about 26 feet, and 3 tables. We're gonna do like kind of dining tables, like all 3 together, like big dining hall. So 3 tables together are gonna be about 15.75 feet. So we're gonna have about 11 feet. So it's gonna be about 5 feet on either side. We couldn't really go and do 4 tables because that would have been about 21 feet. Then it would be only 5 feet left. And so just gonna be 3 tables this way, and then we're gonna have 4 down, and hopefully we can do 5 down. So we're gonna build all those tables out tomorrow. We have 36 chairs. We're gonna kind of model and simulate how it's gonna look. We're gonna measure everything out, put those tables in its place to see, okay, can we really realistically fit comfortably 12 more people in the space, or do we need to keep it at 48? And then I need to return 3 tables. So that'll be fun. So that's pretty much tomorrow. And then also heavy marketing day. I need to get events up. We're gonna have like an event on like Pi, this app, and just share with friends and community and try to get people to show. My goal is we're gonna have 100 giveaway bags, like swag bags, which has like some freebies in there, potentially booster pack in there, free card in there, and then maybe a discount and coupon for future orders. And then what I really want to do is go around to the community and all our neighbors and get their business card or get like a discount or something and put it in our thing and just say, hey, welcome, welcome to Howard Post, welcome to the community, and have a good time there. So more to come on that. I just haven't had time to sit down and really think about it. I know when I do, it'll be we can get done quickly. So that's pretty much tomorrow, and then really planning. So planning the next week, how every day is going to go. Of course, like I told you before, just because you plan doesn't mean it's going to go well. So yeah, I think I talked for long enough. So no learnings for today. Day off from that today. But yeah, it's been a good day so far. Oh, yeah, the biggest thing. Um, so we had our fixtures get delivered. You can kind of see the gondolas there, and then there's the checkout counters over there. But we actually we didn't take anything apart till today. So I thought everything was there, but we actually are missing a lot. So we're missing our 3 display cases. They're 48-inch display cases that are for all our single cards, and probably gonna put booster packs in there too. Missing all 3 of those. We also had a corner piece that's missing, and then we're missing 2 of our shelf brackets for our shelf on the slat wall. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy that they just missed that and didn't put those 3 things in there. And we need that to open. You know, it'd be weird if we just have like 2 checkout counters with nothing in between. So really, I have an email drafted. I've sent pictures of everything, and then when it comes to Monday morning, email is going to go off at like 6 a.m. in the morning. Hey guys, what's going on here? Is this still in transit? If not, can we get this shipped out ASAP so I can get it by Thursday? If not, please give me a refund so I can go figure out another way to do this. So I'm going to be kind of running around on Monday to figure out, okay, if they can't make it, where can I go find 3 glass displays cases somewhere that I could get to our store, get set up, get installed, and be ready before the weekend. Because we also got to put the cards in there and be ready for Saturday. So want to make sure we have enough time. We're not rushing, and we just look presentable on launch day. So ideally, I was looking to buy them new because I feel like a lot of times these used ones, when I go online, they're literally the same price. Like, you know, they're charging $400, $500 for pretty cheap, flimsy version of it with a lot of scratches and broken knobs and stuff. And so got a pretty good deal on mine. So ideally, it still ships and it's in transit. And they're like, oh, we just missed this. Second worst or best case is they can get it shipped out and they can expedite it one day shipping, and then get to me Tuesday or Wednesday. You know, worst case, we'll figure it out though. They don't have it, and I got to figure something else out, but I get my money back. And then I guess worst case is if they try to say, "Hey, you're lying, and we're not going to give you money back," then we got some problems. But other than that, it was a pretty good day. Things went really well today. So I'm not gonna let that bring me down. But it's been a long video, so I'm gonna end it now. But these videos going forward will probably be longer, just because there's a lot more to get done, and we're getting really to the end of it and the grind. So I want to make sure that I'm talking through everything we did, and just kind of walking you through the journey. So that way, if you decide to do something like this, which it's a lot of work, you'll have at least a historical, accurate representation of, hey, maybe I shouldn't open this in 3 weeks, and you can take a lot longer and use my learnings to say, hey, maybe I should do it in 3 months or 6 months. But you know, things were out of our control when we got the lease and we wanted to open in time for Pokemon's 30th anniversary. We want to make sure we kind of get into the community and start building a community before then. So it was my decision to do that, and yeah, you know, it's a little painful, but I think it's still the best decision. So we got, you know, 6 more technically work days, and then of course Saturday morning we'll be getting open. So I'm excited about that, and until next time, y'all, peace.